Greetings, friends of the internet. Today I'm here to tell you a story that you may find relatable and also enjoyable. This story is about a man that, in his early life, was very angry. He was very upset at the world. He was always fighting the world with all he had to get to where he wanted to be. He was always walking around with this negativity in his mind. Oh, why are things so bad? Why are things always against me? Why can't I just have what I want? And so he was walking like this every day. He would go out to his work, get to his office. He would be grumpy. He would do his work on his laptop, and then he would come back home. And all the way through, from waking up to going back to sleep, in his head would be a constant dialogue, or monologue perhaps, of dissatisfaction, of frustration. Why are things not working out? I'm trying so hard. I'm putting all this effort. I'm trying to learn. I'm really attempting to move in the direction, but something is always stopping me. Something is always in the way, he would say to himself. And as he was going on about his life for years and years on end, he would keep re-experiencing the same thing over and over. Just in slightly different clothes, slightly different people, slightly different colors, but the same overall feeling. What this man did not know is that in his world, every being was radiating from themselves how they felt. And this radiating experience was like a broadcast to the wider world. And the wider world, as compassionate as it was, would simply respond to what every being was broadcasting. And in this man's case, he was broadcasting all this frustration. Oh, things are not working out. Oh, so unfair. It's so unjust. And the world, as compassionate as it was, would say, okay, of course, things are unjust. Things are not working out for you. Here you go, my child, here you go. Experience all of this that you have wanted to experience and that you continue to want to experience. Later on in this man's life, he came across a person living really joyfully all of the time. Things were just working out for them. They weren't trying, they weren't putting effort. Things were just happening for them in the way that they pleased. And that made the man very angry. It's like, why is it working out for this person? They're not doing anything. They're not putting any effort. Why is it just working out for them? Why can't I have the same experience? Exhausted from the day he came back home, he sat down completely demoralized. And for the first time ever, he had given up his negative attitude because he was just too tired to do that again. And so as he lay there on his couch, he thought to himself, I would really like to know how to live joyfully. And this time, this wasn't charged negatively. It wasn't a negative thought. It wasn't a frustration or a judgment or a dissatisfaction. It was just a cry for help. And in this moment, that thought radiated from this man into the wider world. And the wider world soon responded. As he continued to wake up and go to work in his negative attitude, one day, randomly he received a recommendation. A book. He had never really read many books in his life, and this one seemed interesting. It was titled in a way that captured his attention. And so he took the book and he started reading. And in the book were some great suggestions about changing his internal state and how his internal state radiated outwards into the world, creating the experiences that he may not prefer, and also being able to create the experience that he did prefer. And so he started applying this book, noticing more and more of himself and how he treated the world, how he responded to the world, how he behaved in the world. And so over time, his attitude began to change. He started feeling more positive because he understood that the negative things that he was constantly thinking about were the same things that he was constantly living in. And it took him some time, but he really started to enjoy this new process of self-transformation, of adopting new ways of living and new ways of being. And so sometime later, this man started to experience random synchronicities. New events were happening in his life, and more joy was appearing day by day. And eventually, years later, as he continued to practice the teachings of changing his state of being into a positive state, of radiating what he would actually like to experience instead of what he wouldn't like to experience, his life transformed miraculously.